So speaking of Vizio and IoT, the Federal Trade Commission has slapped them. I consider this a slap because it was $2.2 million. Actually, there were two types of
the FTC action happened several years ago. Vizio settled today. That's the news story.
Oh, okay. That was the news.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So
we've known about this for a couple of years. But what's interesting is Vizio agreed not to do it anymore. I wonder if they kept doing it until they settled. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the timing here.
I'll look it up and I'll give you a readout.
So the FTC said consumers have bought more than 11 million internet-connected Vizio televisions since 2010. But according to a complaint filed by the FTC and the New Jersey Attorney General, consumers didn't know that they were watching their TVs, or that while they were watching their TVs, Vizio was watching them. The lawsuit challenges the company's tracking practices and offers insights into how established consumer protection principles apply to smart technology. So then it says, starting in 2014, Vizio made TVs that automatically tracked what consumers were watching and transmitted that data back to its server. So I think you're right, Leo. It does mention that they retrofitted older models, but this sounds like probably shortly after that behavior was found, the FTC said, okay, hold on, folks.
Yeah. And they're going to delete everything collected before March 1st. So
correct.
Of last year.
Correct. Yeah. What I liked, there was a little bit of interesting information here, and that was that on a second-by-second basis, the Vizio TV was collecting a selection of pixels from the screen that it matched to a database of known television, movie, and commercial content.
Yeah. Otherwise, how would they know what you're watching?
Yeah. I thought that was just like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, so they went to some serious effort in order to track people. And of course, the set itself might, if it was the tuner, it would know what you were tuned to. But if it was just the screen,
right,
like, for example, playing it. Right, exactly. So if you had another piece of equipment doing the channel selection and tuning, or a DVD player, it would be like, okay, what movie is this? And so the idea of actually capturing video off of its own screen and then sending it back for identification is just like, okay, well, they put some effort into this.
This is a long-standing practice, I got to point out. We 15 years ago,
this level of monitoring.
Yeah, 15 years ago, we were offered at the Tech TV data from people's TiVos that had second-by-second viewing, graphs of what they'd rewound. And TiVo's been, at the time, and I imagine still does, was selling that to networks for programming. It's like ratings.
Yeah.
And so that's that. And now it's a little interesting that the monitor is doing that. And obviously they have to jump through more hoops. The TiVo know exactly what you're watching, right? I bet you anything Roku has that information. Apple TV has that information.
Yeah, I think they're monetizing it. You're right.
Of course they are. Yeah. It's like ratings. It's better than ratings. It's gold.
Right. And the FTC's argument was that consumers didn't understand. And they called it, Vizio called it smart interactivity feature, although it didn't actually provide smart interactivity. So again, the we've been talking about recent FTC actions, and for example, like in going after who was it? The router maker, D-Link, I think it was. The FTC was stomping on D-Link, and I think that's going to be the arm of enforcement that we rely on for beginning to hold companies accountable for their behavior, because that's what we've got here in the U.S.